The rain had been falling since morning, soaking the streets in a cold, endless drizzle. Daniel walked slowly, his worn-out shoes squishing with every step. His two kids, Liam, age 7, and Emma, age 4, trailed beside him, shivering in their thin jackets. Their little hands clung to his, as if holding on to him was the only thing keeping them steady in a world that seemed to be falling apart. Daniel was a single father, a role he never thought he'd have to play alone. 2 years ago, his wife, Sarah, had passed away after a sudden illness. Since then, life had been a constant uphill climb, jobs came and went, bills piled up, and every day felt like a battle to keep his children fed and sheltered. This morning, he had skipped breakfast again. Not because he wasn't hungry, he was, but because there was only one sandwich left from the groceries he had bought 3 days ago. One sandwich. And it had to last until, well, he didn't even know when the next meal would come. He'd been looking for work every single day, but it felt like no one wanted to hire a man who could only work flexible hours because of his kids. They stopped under a half-broken bus shelter to escape the rain. Emma's little face was red from the cold, her lips trembling. Liam, trying to be brave for his sister, was holding her close, but Daniel could see the tears welling in his eyes too. "Daddy," Emma's voice was small and shaky. "My tummy hurts." Daniel swallowed hard. That familiar knot of guilt twisted in his chest. He reached into his backpack and pulled out the sandwich, 2 slices of slightly stale bread with a thin layer of peanut butter. He split it carefully into 2 halves and handed one to each child. "What about you, Daddy?" Liam asked, his voice breaking. "I'm not hungry," Daniel lied with a forced smile. But his stomach growled loudly, betraying him. Liam's eyes darted to the sandwich in his own hands, and Daniel could tell he was about to offer it back. "No, buddy," Daniel said gently. "That's yours. You need it more than I do." They sat together in the cold, the sound of rain mixing with the quiet chewing of 2 hungry children. Daniel wrapped his arm around them, trying to shield them from the wind. He looked at their faces, thin, tired, but still trusting him completely, and he felt both a crushing weight and a fierce determination. He couldn't let them down. When the sandwiches were gone, Emma climbed into his lap. She laid her head against his chest and whispered, "Daddy, you're my hero." The words hit him like a tidal wave. His throat tightened, and for a moment he couldn't breathe. He thought about all the times he had failed, all the nights they'd gone to bed hungry, all the jobs he had lost. Hero? He didn't feel like one. But to Emma, in that moment, he was. That night, they found shelter at a small community center. A kind volunteer named Maria noticed the children huddled together on the bench and offered them blankets. She asked Daniel about their situation, and though his pride resisted, he finally told her the truth. Maria made a few calls, and within hours, a local food bank delivered bags filled with bread, canned goods, pasta, and fruit. The children's eyes lit up when they saw the food, and Daniel felt a tear roll down his cheek, not from sadness, but from relief. Over the next few weeks, Maria helped Daniel connect with resources he never knew existed. She found a free childcare program so he could attend job interviews. She even arranged for a donated stroller and warm clothes for Emma. Daniel kept pushing forward. He applied to every job he could find, warehouse work, delivery driving, even late-night cleaning shifts. Finally, he landed a job as a delivery driver for a small local business. The pay wasn't great, but it was enough to keep the lights on and the fridge stocked. Every night after work, Daniel would walk into their tiny apartment and see Liam doing homework at the table, Emma drawing pictures of the 3 of them together. And every time he saw those pictures, he remembered that rainy day, that last sandwich, and those words, "You're my hero." Months later, on a sunny afternoon, Daniel took the kids to a park. They were laughing, running around, their cheeks full and their eyes bright. As he watched them, he realized something. Being a hero wasn't about having money, a big house, or expensive things. It was about showing up, even when you had nothing to give but love. It was about sharing the last sandwich, holding them close in the rain, and never giving up. He pulled them both into a hug. "I love you, more than anything," he whispered. And this time, he believed it when he thought to himself, "Maybe I really am their hero."